Have you ever listened to Brazilians speaking Portuguese and thought, I understand every word, but I still don't understand what's going on? So in this video, I'll show you how Brazilians joke, tease, and react in real conversation. So the topic of this video is Brazilian Portuguese slang. So I'm Lucas, and I'm the Portuguese language ambassador for language trainers. Let's start. In Brazil, you hear things like E aí, beleza? Nossa, que viagem! Tá de sacanagem? And you're like, wait, what? What does that actually mean in real life? If that's ever happened to you, this video is exactly what you need. Because today, you're not just learning Portuguese, you're learning how Brazilians actually communicate. Most people think learning a language is about grammar and vocabulary. But in Brazil, communication is much more than that. It's emotional, expressive, and deeply social. People connect through humor, exaggeration, teasing, tone of voice, and that's where slang comes in. Brazilian slang is not just extra vocabulary, it's a tool to create connection. If you don't understand slangs, you might understand the words, but you miss the meaning behind the interaction. In many languages, slang feels optional. In Brazilian Portuguese, it's essential for real communication. Slang helps you sound more natural, show emotion, and reduce social distance. Let's take a simple example. In Portuguese, thank you, we say obrigado, obrigada. If you say this to me, it's correct and neutral. But Brazilians often say valeu, agradeço, gratidão, obrigadão. That small change makes the interaction feels lighter, warmer, and more human depending on the context. Another example, how are you? In Portuguese, we say como você está? Or tudo bem? Sounds formal, distant, depending on the context. It's super common to hear E aí? E aí? Now it feels relaxed and friendly. So slang is not just about meaning, it's about social effect. The next topic is slang for reactions and humor. One of the most important functions of Brazilian slang is reaction. And this is super important. If you know how to use some slangs, you sound more natural, you sound more Brazilian. Brazilians react constantly in conversation, and slang is how they do it. I'll show you some examples now. Nossa! It means, whoa, oh my god! But depending on tone, it can express surprise, admiration, or even frustration. Next one, que viagem! That's crazy. You use it when something sounds absurd or confusing. By the way, I use this one a lot. One more example. Muito top. That's awesome. Now, let's imagine a situation. Your friend says, I saw someone walking a dog that was wearing sunglasses. And you respond, Nossa, que viagem. Oh my god, that's crazy. Here, you're not just understanding the story, you are emotionally reacting to it. That's how real conversation works in Brazil. Now, the next topic, zoar, teasing and social connection. Now, let's talk about something that confuses almost every learner. Teasing. In Brazilian Portuguese, there's a word for it, which is zoar. It means to joke about someone, tease them, mess with them. But here's the important part. It's often a sign of closeness, not disrespect. In many cultures, teasing can feel aggressive, right? In Brazil, it often means you're just part of the group. For example, your friend arrives late, and a Brazilian might say, Olha, quem resolveu aparecer? Look, who finally decided to show up. In some cultures, that sounds rude. In Brazil, with the right tone and a smile, it's playful, friendly, even affectionate. And this is extremely important. Meaning in Brazil depends on tone and relationship. If you only focus on words, you misunderstand the situation. And remember that because this is important. And now our topic number 4, emotional slang. Brazilian Portuguese is highly emotional and slang reflects that. People don't just communicate facts. They express feelings constantly. Here are some examples. Que saudade! I really miss you. But it carries emotional depth, warmth, nostalgia. Tô destruído. I'm exhausted. Literally means I'm destroyed, showing emotional exaggeration. And tô de boa, I'm chill, I'm fine, not just a state, but an attitude. So instead of sounding neutral, Brazilian speech often sounds expressive, intense, friendly, and showing connection. That's why learning slang helps you understand the emotional layer of the language. And our topic number 5, tone of voice changes everything. This might be the most important point in the entire video. The same slang can mean different things depending on tone. For example, sério or sério with excitement means really? Tell me more about it. With a flat tone, seriously? Annoyed or skeptical. So, same word, completely different meaning. Sério or sério? Another example, falou or falou. Falou, friendly tone. Alright, see you then. And falou. Cold tone can sound dismissive. In Brazilian Portuguese, communication is not just verbal. It's emotional, physical, and tonal. You need to train your ear, not just vocabulary. And the last topic, how to learn slang naturally. So, how do you actually learn this? Here's the best approach. Observe first. Watch videos, listen to real conversations. Ask, why is this expression doing socially? And use less, but use well. One natural valeu is better than 10 forced slang expressions. Slang is not performance. It's about connection. So now I want to ask you, which Brazilian slang surprised you the most? And which one are you going to start using today? If you want to understand real Brazilian Portuguese, not just textbook language, like the video and subscribe to the channel, because here you learn Portuguese the way Brazilians actually speak. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you again in the next one. Tchau, tchau! Obrigado!